Check. Oh. Yeah, I put it together and then mixed it. Well, I guess you want to call that mixing. I just hit export. I mean, that's really all I did do it. It didn't really, there wasn't anything real fancy anything fancy done to it. I just hit export and put the song on there. So this is how it goes. Okay. All right, here we go. So we're recording now.
Okay.
So we're recording now.
Is this looking good as
Yeah,
far as?
yeah, I have the same settings in from the last session. So.
Okay.
But this is episode 2.
Episode 2.
I think we should start off by maybe explaining why we have a name now. We have a name.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say we do. So, I'd say we do. So, who is they?
Who is they?
Who is they? Who is they?
And it's not meant for improper grammar or structure, but it's meant for the they. Like, you know what they say. They said it's going to rain today, or they said it's a really good movie. It's the they. Who is they?
Who is they? I always wondered that.
Yeah, I've always wondered that.
What did they say?
Right. But who is they? Who's saying that? Who are these people?
I think we deal with that all the time on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with they said.
Right.
Fill in the blanks.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially now because we have so much access to information.
Right.
So when we say that could mean, and it's always meant anyone, but now there's so many options that they could be.
They could be
Website.
news, a blog.
Yeah.
It's typically a blog. My friend's blog said.
Right.
Yeah. That is typically what it is. I'm just gonna hold this closer. I think I had it sitting up on a book last time. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was closer to you last time.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh well, it doesn't matter.
We're gonna have to get some of the protectors too. So we say our
Oh,
P's
yeah,
and
I have pop
B's
filters
and
at home.
pop filters.
I do have pop filters at home.
Okay.
They're in either that or they're in Manly's basement.
We're slowly getting more organized as the cast go. This is 2, so once we're by like 10, we should have. We'll be pretty good. Hopefully, I might have a computer by that point, so we can kind of bounce things back and forth for looking up information and that type of stuff.
I'm gonna turn you down just a tad.
Yeah, I'm a lot closer than you are.
You're a lot louder than last time. If you listen to the last cast, it's really funny because we're kind of like, okay.
It's like NPR.
And then like 30 minutes into it, we're just like,
We're more comfortable with what we're doing and all that.
Like we're really into it by that time. So who is they? Who is they?
I don't know.
Who is they?
It's anybody. It's
the ever-evolving question.
Mm-hmm.
Who is they? Speaking of, who, I was just talking about wanting to go see the Who.
Mm-hmm.
I really, and I know that they said this in 82, they said it in 83, they said it in 89, they said it in 96. They said it in 99, and I think they said it again in 2007. And then they said it again last year.
They'll say it again until either Townsend or Daltrey dies.
Yeah.
When one of them dies, the Who will die. But they'll continue to say, no, this is our last time. It's our last tour.
But part of me is really convinced that this very well might be their last tour. Like I really feel that way. That I think that I don't think there's ever been a time where I think I'm more prone to believe that now.
Yeah.
Where that I could honestly say that this is the last tour. because the tour they did in 2002, you would think that was to be the last tour because John Entwistle died the night before it started.
Okay.
You would think like, okay, this is better go see them now.
Right.
I mean, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what do you know? Pete Townsend decided to write a whole new album. And they toured behind that one. And I'm not really sure what the whole point of last year's Quadrophenia revival was.
Did they reissue the record or
no? Honestly, I just think it was one of those things. It's like if we're gonna go out on the road, we should probably make it worthwhile. And they just perform. I mean, Quadrophenia is not a big record by any means.
Right.
I mean, it is, but it's not long.
Yeah.
It's only like an hour long. I mean, or if that, it's maybe 50 minutes long. Tommy, I think, is like just over an hour.
Yeah. I mean, that's long for a record.
It is, especially for 1972, 3.
Yeah.
1973, yeah, especially for then. But, so why choose that one when they did that in 96?
Okay.
They toured Quadrophenia in 96, and they made that the cornerstone of the show. And so I'm not really sure like what the motivation for that was. But this year is the 50th anniversary of The Who, so this is why I'm kind of, it would be 64, so, it's the 50th anniversary of The Who, and so I'm guessing this tour is, like, just going to be, like, all hits.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, like, one hit after another, or, and so this is why I feel motivated to go.
Yeah.
But I'm not sitting in the nosebleeds at Bridgetown.
Fuck no. Fuck no. When is the show?
May 11th.
May 11th. So that probably puts them out for Bonnaroo then.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I was they were one of those contenders for Bonnaroo, like on the rumor list.
Biggest rumor I'm hearing, and you might have told me this, but I've been seeing a lot more, is Billy Joel.
Yeah.
I'm seeing his name pop up a lot.
Drake.
Okay.
I know, right? I know. And
I don't even give a shit.
I know people kind of like, oh yeah, Drake, and I'm like, yeah, and?
Right. Who else?
Like, really?
Right.
Who gives a fuck? I don't care. Who gives
I don't
a
know.
shit about Drake?
It's new generation.
Right.
New hip hop, whatever.
No, that's a whole nother can of worms there. They're gonna announce it on Tuesday. They're announcing it a month early, so.
What, the lineup?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't realize it was gonna be so soon.
Yeah, I think it's because Coachella's came out. But this is right on time with Coachella. But several like Death Cab for Cutie is already confirmed
for
Bonnaroo. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that there's a bunch of bands that are already being like, yeah, we're playing Bonnaroo. So,
yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, the Coachella lineup looks pretty badass.
I don't really give a fuck about AC/DC.
Yeah, I mean I don't either, but I mean as far as there's a lot of secondary acts that I'd like to see.
I could give two shits about that, about a band that's chosen to go on tour without their guitar player. That's pretty much the band,
right?
So
it's like Cheap Trick going on tour without Nielsen.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what that is. I mean, I don't know what the motivation behind that is, but I mean, apparently it's somebody.
Somebody needs money.
Somebody's paying something. Yeah, you gotta admit that
somebody's got bills to pay.
But it was brought. The thing that was brought to attention to me was you never know. This tour might have been set up before dude's health issues kind of came to play, and he did have a point with that. That there could be some truth behind that. That's like, oh well, shit, he has early Alzheimer's and can't tour. Okay, I guess we'll do this, And, but I kind of shoot that down with the idea of there's a new record.
Yeah.
So is Angus Young playing on this? I don't know. Like we'll find out. I suppose. And
I hope they're not like the main headliner for Bonnaroo because I don't give a shit about that.
I could care less.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard other things like Weezer will be back this year.
I heard Weezer.
Yeah. So
I've heard Jacket. I'd like to see My Morning Jacket at Bonnaroo. That'd be awesome.
I'll go see them live. I don't really care for their records, but I'll go see them live. I hear they put on a pretty good show.
They put on a really good show. Jim James puts on a really good show. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Weezer again. They'll probably do like a Blue Album type thing.
Yeah.
Which would be cool. I'd like to see that live.
But this year, I think, is one of the biggest wild card years. But then again, last year, I think Elton John was definitely a left field choice. It was kind of like, oh, really?
Yeah, and even
Elton
being there,
John?
like watching Elton John was kind of like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
you know.
The only reason why I left, I mean, I was tired. I needed to go home anyway. But I left on Sunday mostly because I'd seen it before. And
Okay.
I mean, it was kind of, if I had never seen it before, I would have stuck around. But you know, I had to get home. And because I had to go to work the next day. But I would have stuck around for him. But it was kind of one of those things where it's kind of like, oh wow, like Elton John, like he's not even on tour. Like
Yeah.
it was just a one-off, which I thought was cool. You know.
Yeah.
That's what happened with like when we saw Stevie Wonder at Bonnaroo. It was a one-off. It was kind of just there he is, you know.
Mhm.
So I mean, so hopefully this year, I guess we'll have to do a whole nother cast on the Who lineup where we talk shit and celebrate.
Right. Once it comes out, we'll
Each and every one of the acts. We'll go through one by one. Suck, suck, suck. Awesome. Suck.
Right.
You know, and somebody on one of those boards, I just happened to be like Googling, which I probably shouldn't, but I was Googling and they were like, I see an extreme lack of jam bands on the bill, and you know, like, well, get over it. And then you have someone saying, you know, all I see are these like, you know, DJs and dance things on the bill, and I'm like, okay, well, get over it. And then I'm getting and then someone's like, there's just too many rock bands, and
I haven't seen any like huge rock bands on the rumor list.
And that's where I'm just sort of like,
No,
I think this festival is eons past making anyone happy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's turned into like you know, a genre melding festival. It's not like a hippie festival anymore, or you know, like a rock festival anymore. There's so much different music going on.
But you know, I'm excited just to be able to, I don't know, just to be able to go. You know, but we'll see. I'm not on the fence, but I'm doing that whole. Well, I'll just wait till the lineup comes out, and if it's worth pursuing, you know, I'll do it. You know,
Right.
If it's not worth it, then you know, I'll sit this one out. I mean, there's a lot of years like that. So, so we'll see.
I mean, it's still like you can do like just day passes if you just want to go to one day. You can do that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah. So so what else has been happening in the entertainment world?
Let's see. Paul Thomas Anderson's new movie came out, and I'm excited to see that. I'll probably do that this week.
What's it called?
Inherent Vice.
I don't think I've seen a preview for that yet.
It looks good. It's got it's Joaquin Phoenix and Josh Brolin, and
Okay, I have.
there's a shitload of people in it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It looks good. It looks like a 70s ish like cop thing,
Okay.
like you know, one of those type deals. But it looks really funny.
Okay, so it's like it's very P.T. Anderson.
Yeah. It's not gonna be like The Master or There Will Be Blood. It's, you know, it'll be a little bit more like Boogie Nights or something like that.
Boogie Nights was like weird and funny all at the same time.
Yeah. It was funny and dark and real fucked up at times.
Yeah.
Like William H. Macy's character was like,
Yeah.
you felt bad for the guy.
Yeah.
And then
Dirk Diggler.
Dirk Diggler.
Best porn name ever.
And you get some Burt Reynolds in that shit.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds. Yeah.
Burt Reynolds and shit.
That kind of revived his career a little bit.
Yeah, there for a minute. Now he's gone again, bankrupt, I guess.
Yeah. Or he's got his money and doesn't need to.
I don't know.
He got that check and it's like, see ya. Made the comeback, got the check.
Yeah, but that was like what? That was in the 90s though.
It was 90. Oh,
probably like 97, 98.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Hey, maybe it was a big check.
Probably
not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
No, probably not.
Probably not.
I really want to see. Well, I still haven't seen Dumb and Dumber 2 yet.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
I don't know. I'm indifferent towards that.
I mean, it'll be at the Redbox like next month. I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of why I haven't seen it. Is part of the reason why I couldn't make time for it. And secondly, I just kept thinking like that movie's bread and butter is going to be DVD rental and sales. That's all. I mean,
Yeah. Well, that's what any movies are. Nobody goes to theaters anymore.
I have Guardians of the Galaxy at home.
Have you watched it yet?
No, I haven't
what
watched
the fuck?
it yet. Yeah, I know.
I saw that 3 times in the theater, and you haven't seen it once.
I did see Vin Diesel on a morning show talking about the movie.
He has 3 words in the entire movie.
He said the funniest thing though. He said that when his agent manager guy called and said they want you to be in this movie, he said that he went down and met with the director and everything, and and he said that, he read the script and he said it sounded like it'd be a lot of fun, and now that he has kids, he's like, I want to try to do more movies like that. And they gave him a choice of what he wanted to do in the film, and they had mock-ups, like artist mock-ups of the characters in the film.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, I definitely want to be that guy. Definitely. Like, that's what I want to do. Like, okay, good, because that's what we were going to offer you.
Yeah.
And so he went home, and he has like a 8 or 9-year-old son, and he went home, and he had the artist mock-up of all the characters, and he says, I want you to guess which character on here they asked your daddy to play. And he said he pointed to the exact one,
That's cool. That's cool.
So I think that's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a funny little story there. But you'd think I would have seen it by now, but I haven't.
Yeah.
I have the DVD at home. Yeah, my brother gave it to me.
Yeah, watch it as soon as you can because it's awesome.
I just need to, and I've had like other things kind of getting in the way. Like I watched Boyhood.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
Called me two nights ago.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that. And that was one that you did see in the theater, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't get to see it in the theater. Once again, couldn't make time for it.
Yeah, because the fucker's 3 hours long.
Yeah, I know. There actually came a point where I actually had the DVD for like 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
I went and got it out of the Red Box. I was at one Kroger the night that it got really fucking cold.
Yeah.
I was at one Kroger getting bananas. Long story. And I was getting bananas, and they didn't have bananas, and they didn't have blueberries, and they didn't have strawberries, which means my kids don't eat fruit for the next 2 days.
Right.
But they had apples.
Okay.
I thought, well, I'm going to go to another Kroger. There's another one just right around the corner,
Yeah.
Another one. So I went to another Kroger. And as I'm leaving the Kroger, they didn't have what I needed. I stopped at the Red Box. I noticed that Boyhood had come out that week.
Mm-hmm.
This week. Came
Okay.
out this week. And I noticed it came out this week. And I think, oh, shit, it's not in here. Oh, well. And I go to the other Kroger. They don't have bananas, but they have blueberries, strawberries, and apples. So I get that. And I'm leaving the Kroger, and I'm like, well, second time's a charm, right? And they have it. I'm like, I better grab it now.
Right.
And this was Tuesday night or whatever. It was like Tuesday night. So I grabbed it, and I held on to it until Friday. And I didn't get to check because I knew it was like, this is a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
And Mary Frances was like, well, are we gonna watch it? I said, well, it's 3 hours long. We need to like make time for this. This isn't one that you just kind of start and fall asleep to, and then you pick it up the next day. Like, this isn't like. And so this is Richard Linklater, and she goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, all right. Well, we can try to watch it, tomorrow. We can try to watch it." So we finally hit this point on Friday because I had the day off. Both the kids were napping, and she's like, "There's nothing bad in this, is there?" Like, no, I don't think there is. So we just turned it on, and we pretty much ignored the kids for the next 3 hours.
Right. Well, because you get invested. I mean, it's a journey.
And then we had to stop and then do dinner and everything, and then after that we just clicked it back on and finished it. But you're right. It was one of those where it was just kind of like you can't. I can hit pause, for a little bit, but like, no, I gotta finish it. Like, I gotta finish this movie.
Because of the way it's made, it's so linear and so well done that you're kind of growing with these characters as well, and it takes place over, like, what was it?
12 years.
12 years, yeah. So
12 years. It's really weird.
Mm-hmm. It is weird.
It's really weird.
It's very at the end of the movie after it was over, you kind of felt tired a little bit. Like when I was sitting in the theater, I was like, wow, it's like I just spent 12 years with these people, you know, and it's crazy.
I like how he was using music as a reference. Like they started with the Coldplay song, you know, and then there was like when there was in the car listening to the Flaming Lips, it was sort of like, okay, this is like 2003, 2004, you know, whatever, you know, and then there was like an Arcade Fire song. I was like, okay, this is like 2009. Yeah. Like he gives you these little subtle, the Obama
reference points,
the Obama thing, and you know these like kind of hints at, because there are no subtitles that say what year it is or how much time it's passed. Because a few of those moments it cuts.
Oh yeah.
And it's like
a year later or something, like really fast.
Like, okay, what just happened? Like, you know, we jumped, so you know, X amount of time ahead into the future, and yet you at first you're kind of like, huh, okay, but then as the scenes play on, you just forget about it. You're like, oh, forget about that that jump, you know.
Yeah.
Who cares, you know? Like we're moving on, you know.
Yeah.
And then we did reach a point where we thought the movie was almost over. And
there's like another hour.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. Because at one point I was like, okay, this is winding down, and then it's like, nope, still going, like for a long time. But it goes by. It doesn't feel like it's dragging. It doesn't feel like a 3-hour movie. It goes by very quickly because I guess you're seeing the time. You're watching the time go by. You know, it's not slow by any means.
We were noticing how the kid. Which is really funny. It's that like it is the same kid. You know, I mean, it is the same kid. But by the time you get to the end of the movie, he might as well be a different person.
Yeah, I mean, he's 18.
They might as well have changed actors.
Yeah, totally different.
You know, it's like when you watch Goodfellas, and I always thought it was funny is that like they said the reason why they did what they did with Goodfellas is they didn't want two different people playing Robert De Niro. Because when De Niro is introduced at the beginning of the movie, he's 25 years old. And Henry Hill is 18, 19 years old. I mean, but De Niro is introduced as he's 25.
Right.
And they did everything they could to make him look younger because the last thing they wanted to do was get a different actor to play Jimmy Conway for just a short period. Yeah. You know, and you know somebody else plays Henry Hill for the earlier parts of the movie, you know, but same thing is that like, you know, Ray Liotta was like what 37 when he made that movie and he's supposed to be playing 20. Yeah. You know, and I think De Niro had just turned 45 or something, you know. And
Jesus Christ, I didn't realize he was that old.
Yeah, he was in his 40s and he was supposed to be playing 25.
20 years younger.
But like Linklater like takes that sort of thing that you see in movies and just sort of like, well, I'll just use the same people and shit, it might take me 12 years, but yeah, I'll just, you know, but like I'm sure he wasn't thinking that. I'm sure he was just thinking like, no, I'm gonna make a movie.
Yeah, film it a week at a time, once a year.
Whatever happens in this week happens.
Yeah,
like, you know, and but I do like that his daughter is in the movie.
Right. So you see her kind of grow up too.
And his daughter actually didn't want to be in the movie after a while and said, look, I want you to kill me off because I'm bored with this. And he said, what do you mean you want me to kill you off? And he said, I think she was watching too much like Breaking Bad at the time.
Wanted like a plot twist in the movie or something.
Yeah, she wanted to die.
I'm glad she didn't. I mean, you know, it worked out well.
She was funny because she's real dry.
Just like her dad.
You know, and I liked that, you know. And the other thing that Mary Frances found was that Ethan Hawke's contract stipulated that if Linklater died before it was finished, Ethan Hawke had to finish the movie.
He had to finish it? Yeah. I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's awesome.
There was like a clause in his contract that stated that was his job. And, you know, but you know, it was weird because even we talked about this, how you brought it up. You were like, hey, have you heard about this? I'm like, no. Yeah. So when was this going to happen? Yeah. You know, and it was just kind of one of those things where, like, dude didn't talk about it. No. He didn't, I mean, like.
Not until, like, the last year. Yeah. Like, that's when he started bringing it up.
And I like that. He himself was like, okay, I better not hype this. Yeah. I better not. What if it doesn't work out?
Exactly.
I'm just going to like, go over here. Work on a little bit, you know, maybe it won't work out, maybe it will. I kind of like the self-doubt aspect of it.
Well, so I wouldn't say it's self-doubt. It's just why promote it like that, you know? Because it could blow up to be something that it's not, you know?
Now they're screaming Best Picture and all this shit.
Right.
You know? And really, like, I mean, what's funny is that, like, I remember bringing home, you know, did you see Before Sunset? Did you see that one?
I haven't watched the Sunset trilogy yet.
Okay.
I need to watch that.
Before Sunset is really good. No. Before Sunrise, that's the first one.
Okay.
Is really good, but it's his basic 2-actor, dialogue-driven.
And it's Hawk and who's the female?
Some really hot French woman.
It's gonna kill me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up.
She's cute. Anyway, so that one's really good. And then the sequel, Before Sunset, it's practically the same movie, only it takes place like 10 years later.
Okay.
But it's good. Now the third one, I don't know about that. I thought he was a little too ambitious with his third one. It's called like, oh fuck, I don't remember the name of it. Like Before Tomorrow, or before the next day,
after a day after tomorrow,
day after tomorrow, or you know,
Before Midnight. Okay, so Before Sunset was in 2004.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Let's see.
See, what's really funny about that movie is that I had seen the first one not too long
before Midnight was the last movie that came out in 2013, and that is Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy.
Which is hilarious that came out in 2013, which means it was shot sometime in 2012. Linklater's like making other movies while he has this other one happening, you know.
Okay, so wow, so Before Sunrise was 95.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was so early.
Mm-hmm.
I also didn't realize that he did so Before Sunset was 04. I didn't realize that he did Bad News Bears and Fast Food Nation. That's odd.
He produced Fast Food Nation?
He directed Fast Food Nation.
Did not know
and
that.
And directed Bad News Bears.
I did know about Bad. That's the one with Billy Bob Thornton, right? Yeah, that's actually funny.
And Bernie. Did you see Bernie?
Nah,
that's good. With Jack Black as the funeral. I think he's a funeral director.
No, I didn't see that one.
It's pretty good. It's really nice and dark. So then Before Midnight was 2013.
He did School of Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's written by Mike White, who was, I guess, Jack Black's roommate in School of Rock.
Oh, he wrote it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, the next movie that Linklater's working on, that's what I'm talking about, is slated to be a sequel to Boyhood and Dazed and Confused. He's trying to make one sequel for two separate movies.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, I'd say he could do it.
I think that would be definitely something that would be considered a first.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, Boyhood was definitely a first, so.
You know.
Well, I mean, like Waking Life and Scanner Darkly, nobody really done stuff like that either.
Gosh, those were awesome. Scanner Darkly was cool.
Yeah.
I liked that one.
I haven't seen that since it came out.
I liked it so much that I got the book.
Yeah.
I got the book. And honestly, I when I was reading the book, was it oh god, Robert Downey Jr.'s character. Mm-hmm. Reading the book, and I'm like, yep,
nailed it.
Yeah, that is so him, sarcastic piece of shit. Like just, because like Philip K. Dick's novels weren't really that character specific, but they were more story driven. But I don't know. When I was reading the book, I just kind of thought like I think they casted that pretty good,
Yeah.
But then when you're reading the book and then you think about the movie, the way they did the movie with the cell shading and and kind of they showed him inside the thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of one of those things where like I can't think of any other better way to do it.
Yeah.
It was like say there was Waking Life. I think that made Waking Life a better movie for some reason.
Yeah. Well, it kind of puts you in that weird mindset of like a kind of a dreamish type aspect.
And that's what he's good at.
Mm-hmm.
Even though like his early movies are just so people call them boring, but I wouldn't say they're boring.
Well, it's like a day in the life. It's like you're just picking out one specific because like Dazed and Confused. What's that? It's like 2 days or something, right? 2 or 3 days time.
If that.
Yeah, I mean it's a very small amount of time.
I think it's like a 24-hour period.
Right.
Think.
Yeah. It's like because it's the last day of school and stuff like that. So
if that.
You pick out these little pieces of life. Yeah, these moments. You're not whereas most movies take place over weeks and years and stuff like that.
And he does that with Boyhood. He only picks certain portions of these, of this year, It's like this is what we're focusing on here, because the rest of it it's not really that important, but this right here. And,
That's kind of cool how in Boyhood where it showed like Patricia Arquette and the kid, I forget his name. He's got like one of the coolest fucking names. Like when she gets together with that one dude that the kid doesn't like, and you kind of see that relationship kind of bloom and then kind of fizzle, but of course that takes place over like a couple of years, But it's cool to see it in that progression with the kid. Eller Coltrane. That is like the coolest fucking name. But yeah, just to see and I love Ethan Hawke. I love that guy.
I think he gets a bad rap sometimes.
I know. I don't understand why, but I've always enjoyed the stuff that he's done.
Because he did that movie Hamlet.
I didn't even see Hamlet. I'm not a Shakespeare fan.
The only reason why I watched it was because when I worked at Blockbuster, the big deal about the movie was he does the big to be or not to be speech at a Blockbuster.
At a Blockbuster?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like a modern day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what happened was, because he writes instead of writing a play, he makes like a movie and goes to the video store, and it's like this whole thing, and does the big scene right there in a video store. And like I remember they were making the biggest deal about it when I was at work. Does it in a Blockbuster, But but the scene that they speak of when you watch it, all the videos are turned the opposite way.
Yeah, so you can't advertise for anything else.
Can't see anything, but it was filmed in a Blockbuster. So.
Well, that's hot shit. When was that? That was like mid-90s, right?
Oh, God, yeah. It was like 98, 99.
Okay,
it was,
late 90s.
It was kind of funny. Yeah, I've always liked him, but he just, he doesn't do a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what, because even Mary Frances often says, oh, I think I've kind of forgotten about him.
Yeah, like he'll just pop up every few years.
He was hot shit in the early 90s, and then it's like... Oh,
reality bites, man.
Where'd he go?
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
That fucking 90s, that 90s mentality.
Because he's picky and he's choosy, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's what it is. He's not somebody who just,
It's a coffee maker.
Okay. He's not somebody who just does whatever's given to him.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Bill Murray is. Bill Murray doesn't have a manager, doesn't have a publicist, doesn't have a... He said
he just walks onto a set and is in a movie. Like, he doesn't...
He said if someone really wants to get a hold of me and somebody really wants me to be in their movie... You
got to go through Wes Anderson first.
They'll find a way to find me
right.
and give me their script. If not, they must not want me that badly.
Right.
And people have said to him, you probably miss out on a lot of opportunities. And he says, what opportunities? And I like that. I'm not going to go after something that someone doesn't want me for.
Yeah.
If somebody really, really wants me, they'll and of course he'll probably do it.
Yeah.
I think Ethan Hawke is kind of the same way. It's like
somebody seeks him out. It's pretty important.
He's disappeared, man. And I think it's funny that he's popped up in this movie and gets all this praise for being in this movie.
Well, him and Linklater, they're probably, very close friends. Yeah, they've been making movies together for
which is true.
Almost, I guess 20 years now, since
But I've always wondered why he never made sort of a part 2 to Dazed and Confused. Considering consider we ever thought Kevin Smith would ever do a sequel to Clerks, but he did.
Right.
And now he's doing a third one, but he's doing it in a very Kevin Smith way. He's doing it
the way
he wants to do it,
Exactly.
And so I've always kind of thought Linklater never done a sequel to this, because if he did, it would probably be just as good as Clerks 2, because he would do it the way that he wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
He would. So I wonder if this proposed sequel that he's kind of got in his mind for both films is going to follow a character from that movie who's now,
Yeah.
you know,
It's got to. I mean, but I wonder who it would follow.
maybe that kid.
The fucking kid that can't stop touching his nose. I can't watch Dazed and Confused anymore because of that. Because every time he's on screen, he fucking pinches the top of his nose. And I love that movie, but it's
whatever happened to him.
I don't know. I think he was just in that movie. I don't think he did anything else after that.
Kind of like a Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, what happened to that guy?
Yeah. I mean, that's a success story that you don't hear about anymore, though.
Yeah, just like your buddy just walks on set and it's like, hey, just read these lines real quick, and now you're the biggest shit in Hollywood.
I just love, though, that he got to be in that movie because he was friends with the director.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, why don't you come down and just hang out? We're filming tonight. And then
Right.
he has some of the most memorable lines in the whole movie. And then he gets an Oscar, 20-something years later.
Yeah, last year he wins an Oscar for Best Actor. And he was in one of the best shows ever.
But that guy's, like, really... I mean, he's not the same guy. He's not the same actor. It's like something happened in the last couple of years to him that just, like...
Yeah.
Gave him this, or maybe he's always had that in him. He just chose to be smarter now.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of doing, How to Lose a Guy in 10 days.
Stupid romantic comedies.
Which is actually funny, though, by the way. You never seen that?
No.
Oh, it's so bad that it's good. It's one of those.
See, I don't even like that aspect of things. I don't even like watch it because it's so bad it's good. I don't know.
It's so bad.
I don't even want to waste my time.
Like,
not even gonna do that.
It's like what's that? Showgirls. It's so bad that it's
Never
good.
saw Showgirls.
Oh man, it's fucking horrible.
Yeah, and that's why.
But you gotta see it.
No, I don't. And I'm not ever gonna see it. I love Kyle MacLachlan, but I'm never gonna see that fucking movie.
No. Let's say for argument's sake, if I went home and my wife was like, "Hey, let's watch How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days," I'd probably say you're smoking crack.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to see it again.
No. I've seen a shitty movie once. I don't need to see it again.
I don't need to see it again. But yeah, it did seem like there for a while. It's like, oh, what are you doing, dude? Like,
yeah. Money.
He just Wooderson all
it's
over
fucking
again.
money. But here in the last couple of years, he's made some good choices.
Make some good choices. You do a few movies that aren't quite up your alley,
Mm-hmm.
but you're good in them, and then better things come along. I'm assuming, like the cop show. I mean, True Detective.
And Dallas Buyers Club, and I think he was a big proponent in getting that off the ground. Dallas Buyers Club, yeah.
Yeah, he's from Texas.
Yeah, he had a lot to do with it getting where it is.
Apparently, it's a pretty infamous story.
Mm-hmm.
Because I kind of looked it up, and the majority of everything in that movie is very true.
Yeah. But I heard like Leto's character is kind of like an amalgamation of a few different people. Yeah,
several people.
Yeah. And he did a great job too. Like, I don't really care about Leto's music or anything, but he's a good actor.
Oh, I saw that band once.
I still haven't seen him.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't
Festival.
I don't have a desire to see him. I'm too old for that band.
It was in 2002.
Yeah.
It was at the Music Midtown Festival in Atlanta. They played first on Friday, so that's how new they were.
I was about to say that must have been a long time ago if they were first up.
First.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just.
Yeah. It's like, just stick with the movies, man.
But this was even before he'd really come out of his movie shell, when he wasn't really doing a whole lot of movies. You got to think.
Yeah.
Back then he was.
Well, he took a break so he could do the music thing, which is
doing
fine.
television and whatnot, and and lately he's been in a lot of movies, which is great, and I thought he was great in that movie. I really did. But I thought Matthew McConaughey was just perfect. And I like what's her name.
Jennifer Garner?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'd hit that.
Yeah. I don't like her.
I like her.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. 13 going on 30. It's a great movie.
Never saw that.
Oh yeah, it's so bad that it's
good.
See,
that's the thing. Is like I don't
Mark
have a wife or girlfriend to like make me watch these movies. So I don't.
I saw that when it came out. I'm trying to remember how I even came to see that movie. That's not one I would have rented on my own.
I should hope not.
I had to. You got to remember. You also have to remember. I worked in a video store for so fucking long.
you worked at a good video store.
I saw
like you worked
a
at
lot of stuff.
like video culture. Like probably that was a good one. Of course.
I only worked there 2 years. I worked at Blockbuster much longer than that.
Yeah.
So. You got to remember, I was not exactly subjected to these movies, but like there were definitely those nights where I'm like, okay, I've seen everything on this fucking new release. Well,
right.
All right, I guess I'll watch.
Just watching out of boredom or necessity to watch something. Yeah.
I did watch Glitter.
Glitter. That was what Mariah Carey.
Movie,
yeah, that's not good.
It wasn't as bad as everyone said it was. You know what made it bad though?
Mariah Carey.
Yeah, yeah, and I say that because of this. Like the movie itself or the plot, whatever, it's sort of like you could have taken another
female,
actor, plopped them in there, and it would have been a much better movie. Like you have to think that, like honey, why couldn't you just sign on the dotted line to have them make this film without you?
Right.
But
like why did she do it? Was it based on something of hers or
okay. It was loosely based on her.
Oh, okay. Kind of like an autobiography.
Yeah, loosely. Yeah, kind of some of the things that happened in there happened to her. So,
okay.
That was sort of the
the reasoning.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but yeah, definitely had those nights where
I'm not saying I haven't seen shitty movies, but there's just movies I'm not gonna seek out to watch. Like anything like that, anything Nicholas Sparks, right. I'm not gonna watch any of that shit.
Which one? Like
The Notebook and all those gay movies.
That,
I know.
I know.
Not to say gay is bad
have
or
you
anything,
seen
but
it? Have you seen The Notebook?
Why would I see that?
I don't know. Because what's her name is kind of hot. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but I can watch Rachel McAdams and other things. I don't need to see her and.
I mean, here's what's okay. This you're gonna think this is funny. Okay, so go ahead and start laughing. All right, you're gonna laugh your ass off. Okay, so my sister's probably laughing at me right now. Probably still thinks this is funny.
Somehow she's getting this.
Somehow she's getting getting this linked up and just like ha.
Fuck you, Kelly.
I'm trying to go watch a movie, right? I'm trying to go and my sister. I was at Swanee visiting my sister just right up the road, and I said, "Yeah, Drew and I are gonna go to the movies maybe later after I leave here." And she's like, "What are you gonna go?"
And this
see?
is recent, or
This was oh god no, this was like 2003,
okay.
2004.
2004. I'm trying to let's see if I can think of what movie you went to see.
It was The Notebook.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, this is where
this story. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So Audrey's like, "Oh, why don't you go see The Notebook?" And I said, "What's that?" I said, "What's that?" And she goes, "Oh, it's really good."
If you have a vagina.
And I said, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah, it's like this. It takes place like over a little bit of period of time, and like and it kind of these two people, and she doesn't really describe the movie to me. Okay,
right.
All right, she doesn't, but she tells me like." It takes place over a period. Oh, okay. So
Well, yeah, okay.
Notebook, and I'm like, what's
it's a time travel movie? Okay.
And then she says, and it's like this, it follows like the story that one of the main characters is writing down in his notebook, and I'm like, oh, okay. And and she kind of like gives me like this like such vague plot, like just so fucking vague. So of course I leave there, go home. Drive back to Murfreesboro. Drew and I are kind of talking. Like, want to go see the movie? Yeah, we'll go see a movie. What do you want to see? I said, well, my sister said The Notebook is really good. We should go see that. And he's like, what's that? And I'm like, I don't know. She said it was really good. I mean, something else. Well, you want to go see Manchurian Candidate or something? And he's like, nah, we can go see that.
Wow.
And we go to this movie. Dude, we're like 30 minutes into it. We're looking at each other like,
now, are there a lot of people in the theater?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's like half full.
Yeah.
And we're just like, you've got to be kidding me. What the fuck is this?
Chick flick.
Total chick flick. She fucking tricked us into going to see this movie.
Now, did she knowingly trick you into this?
Oh, yeah. She knowingly did this. Oh, yeah.
That's even better.
We get home, and dude, I called her up, and I was like, what the hell? You made me go see this movie? And she's like, ha, 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 ha. She was like, "You want to understand women better, Kelly? You got to start watching those movies." And I'm like, "No, I don't."
Oh my god!
Because going to see Mean Girls didn't get me laid.
No, but that is a funny movie though.
Yeah, I laughed I thought I was gonna piss myself actually. You know who thinks that movie's funny? Peach.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Because he says he sees it every day.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he does.
He
yeah.
says it's so true.
Yeah.
You know, him and his ex demon.
Mm-hmm.
So that they loved that movie. Like.
Yeah, it was good.
You know, it just.
Well, when Tina Fey's writing stuff, I mean, it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, yeah. And see, I didn't know she wrote it.
Yeah.
For the longest time.
Well, I mean, it's based off a book.
Yeah.
But she did the transcript for the movie and the screenplay.
But I took a girl to see that. And that if that didn't get me laid, then the Notebook's probably not gonna help. So.
No, not at all.
You know, because like what was really funny is that like we almost went to saw the Manchurian Candidate, which I still haven't seen. The remake that came out. I've seen the original, but like
I saw the remake. I don't think I've seen the original.
That summer had shitty movies. I'll say that 2004 didn't have a whole lot of good stuff. Yeah,
because that was like post Lord of the Rings, so there wasn't any more big epics coming out anytime soon.
I don't think we got another Star Wars that year, did we? I think that was the.
Let's see.
We had to wait the following summer for Star Wars, I think.
Episode 1 came out in what, 99? Yeah.
May of 99.
What was it? Did they do? Was it 2 or 3 years between movies?
It was 2002 that we got the second one.
So it was probably like what, 05 when we got episode 3?
Had to have been 05.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess I just blocked that out from my brain. Just repressed all that.
Well, I can't wait to go see that.
Yeah, episode 7. I'm excited about.
And, you know, I told Charlotte the other day. I said, yeah. Because I said to my friends, I said, me and Charlotte are gonna go see Star Wars in December. I'm gonna take her to see it. I said, do you want to go see Star Wars in December? She goes, Star Wars. I said, yeah, we can go see Star Wars. And she goes, well, I really don't want to see Darth Vader. And I said, you're in luck.
You're in luck.
Because Darth Vader won't be in this movie. And she goes, yay, Daddy, we're going to go see Star Wars.
No whiny ass Anakin, no Darth Vader.
You know, and
just get to see
we have these Star Wars books.
Mm-hmm.
We have these books, and one of them's like counting, and one of them's like colors.
Okay.
We've got like this other one, like these big color pictures in them. And the two of them love these books, but Charlotte thinks like Darth Vader's ugly. It's kind of
she's not wrong. I mean,
no,
you take that mask off, and Anakin's all fucked up.
Ugly little fucker there.
Yeah, ugly whiny little bitch.
But you know, I it's so. But when I say like, you know, the Notebook, it's bad. Okay, it's bad. I've never actually. I think I've watched it once or twice again since then.
Why?
But you say you said yourself, you don't have a girlfriend or a wife that
That's true.
forces
That's
you
true.
into these things.
Yeah,
and I do. So
yeah, that's true.
You know, but Mary Frances doesn't subject me to movies like that all the time, and it's been a while. Like it's got to be something, and that's what I say. It's got to be something that's like that, like the Notebook, where it teeters that line of this can either be really good or really bad.
Yeah,
you know, it really because that movie does teeter that line, and it's bad.
And it's bad.
But only chicks like it. So,
well, that's the thing. Is like we think it's bad just because we're on the opposite gender. But you know,
I could see why the vaginas of America like that movie.
Right.
I totally get it. You know, I mean, more power to them. You know, but you know, it does teeter that line. You know, like 50 Shades of Grey. Do you want to go see that?
No.
Me either.
I have no desire to see any of that.
Am I going to end up watching that movie? Probably.
Yes. You'll probably get dragged to the theater to see that movie.
Nah, I'll probably get...
Nah, just Redbox it.
Rented it, yeah.
Okay.
Redbox, Netflix. Yeah, I'll probably end up having to watch it that way, you know.
But you will have to end up watching it.
I have
unfortunately.
a slight curiosity to that movie.
Yeah.
A slight, like, to the point where it's just sort of like, can someone just hand me, like, a synopsis or something, or can I watch one of those funny things where it's the whole movie in 10 minutes, you know? Like I have this, like, only because of the book has been like this, you know.
Yeah, it's whirlwind of lady porn.
Yeah. And
I've heard it's not porn and blah blah blah, but we all know we're adults here. Yeah, it's all about sadomasochism and bondage and all that type of stuff. So we're adults here. We know what's going on.
Yeah, we
all the people that say it's not porn, they're just lying to themselves.
They're lying to themselves.
Yeah.
I asked Samantha because Samantha kind of likes that kind of that S&M style stuff. She's kind of into that. And I was like, so Samantha, have you read this book? She goes, are you kidding me, Kelly? I'm like, so you have? She's like, no, I haven't. I'm like, well, why not? And she was like, because it's dumb. That's why.
It's dumb.
and I was like, well, how do you know if it's dumb if you haven't read it? And she's kind of into that whole style, but she has a few friends that are into that shit.
Right.
They do that shit.
Right.
And she was telling me that they've read it and they thinking it was like gonna be good, and they said it was almost comedic.
Because it's probably somebody's perspective of what that world might be like.
They know what this is, and they don't.
Yeah.
Like, it's an outsider looking in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, Samantha, then I got this revelation. I was like, don't you think that maybe the author did that on purpose? Like, it's supposed to be this, like
over the top.
People who are into it, she wants them to scoff at it. And she goes, well, then apparently, Kelly, you don't know enough about the author. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, apparently the author, this is like, it's part of a series.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a trilogy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm kind of like, okay, based on that, it took them like a year and a half to cast the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took them so long to get a working script to satisfy certain people's,
the MPAA, and I'm sure
I'm just
places
sort of
like
thinking
that.
like, part of me feels like I need to see this movie, but I honestly don't want to see the movie.
No.
I could care less. But
don't waste your time.
Well, it's like I saw Nymphomaniac Part 1 and 2 on Netflix.
Did you watch it? And that's okay. I was about to say that's probably like 6 hours of your time.
It's it's 3 hours each. Yeah. And apparently the unedited version is longer than that.
Yeah, the director's cut.
Yeah.
Is very long.
That's only been shown once.
Yeah. It seems like I think Belcourt did that. I think they did a screening of the full thing. But
the theatrical version didn't break it up into. It was just one part. The theatrical version was just
one. Yeah,
one movie. But on Netflix, it's like 2.5 hour things, and I almost watched it. Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah. See, I a part of me is just sort of like, is this another 50 Shades of Grey type of thing where
No,
but I heard it's more of an art film, but like it's very like.
Yeah, it's Lars von Trier, so he makes movies that aren't very happy and fun. So.
What else has he done?
He did like Dancer in the Dark and Antichrist.
Oh God.
Yeah. So it's that guy.
Oh God. Oh, I don't think I want to watch this now.
No.
I think I now know what I'm in for.
No, you don't want to watch this unless you just want to feel dirty and awful about everything that's good.
Well, what's even hilarious about this? I thought before I hit play, I'm gonna look it up. I'll look this movie up, and I did a little bit of reading. I found like one little thing, and I'm reading it, and it's the director guy saying all the humping is real.
Oh, there's full penetration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said it's just he said that he got the actors in to do torso up and everything, and then he hired porn stars to do everything from the waist down. And then he said he cut it together to where it looked, because he had a lot of the actors who were not willing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And he completely understood that. And he said, I'm not trying to make a statement
by
forcing them to do that. And he said, so from the get-go, I had porn stars hired for this. I had to match them up with the actors.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, if you really, really watch carefully of how everything is cut.
Mm-hmm.
If you really watch carefully, you can't really tell. And then by that, I'm like, huh. No, I don't think I want to see that. No. So that little
like,
thing alone kind of deterred me from it. You know, like, do I really want to watch this? You know, like,
I wouldn't.
You know,
I'm not saying that it's probably bad or anything, but it's definitely like an art.
Well, seeing as you say Dancer in the Dark, I remember watching that, and I'm kind of like,
great movie. It's like Requiem for a Dream. It's like I don't need to watch this multiple times.
Requiem for a Dream is not a movie you should watch A, alone, B, in the dark, and C, with headphones on.
I've done 2 out of 3 of those things. I've never seen it with headphones on, but I've definitely watched it alone in the dark.
I was at the hotel, and all the lights were off except for the ones up front, and I had the laptop, and I had my headphones on.
Was it the first time you'd seen it?
It's the first time I'd seen it since it came out.
Oh, okay.
And I was going through one of those where, okay, I need to find something to watch. I've exhausted everything that I feel like watching, so now let's just find something that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those. It was going to be a long night, and I was browsing the Netflix. I'm like, oh,
hey,
I haven't seen this in a while. You know, and I was in one of those moods. I was kind of in just a bad mood.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck yeah, let's watch Requiem for a Dream.
Oh man.
I know. I know.
I mean, I love that movie, but it's like, all right, enough's enough. You know, I've seen it enough.
I hit pause. You got a customer, a guest, come up and ask me something, and he kind of frightened me for a minute. I was like, hit pause real quick. He goes, oh, I didn't mean to startle you. And and I said, no, it's okay. I just watched this movie. Oh gosh, can I help you with something? And he's like, yeah, can I get this? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I'll send it up. Don't worry about it. And he goes, what are you watching? And I said, oh, you don't want to know. And he goes, what are you watching? I said, Requiem for a Dream. And he goes, sorry, man.
That's everybody's reaction.
He just
oh,
and
Jesus
I was like, oh, you've seen it? And he goes, yep. He's like, and I said, I'll get that stuff up to you. And like, he leaves. I go and I grab everything that he wants, and I take it up to him, and he goes, you've seen that before, right? He opens the door, and you've seen that before, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, oh yeah, I've seen it before. And he goes, okay, so I don't have to tell you about the end. I mean, it was just like that is always the reaction for that movie.
Yeah.
It's always like, oh yeah.
Exactly. It's always like, oh.
And when it came out, it was so hyped as like this. I mean, I was working at Blockbuster, and we got it, and I remember Abe reading this review, and it was just like so intense. And we're all like, yeah, we got to see this movie. Yeah, right.
And then you go and you watch Pi after that because you like Aronofsky now. So it's like, well, I'm gonna watch Pi. I'm gonna watch his first movie, and that's like, oh my fucking god, why am I watching all these fucked up movies?
Yeah. That was another one where another, like you say, like it was another one of those instances where I remember when it had been out for a little bit and they re-released Pi on video because get a little recognition.
Right.
It shows up. And I remember, I had already seen Requiem for a Dream and was kind of like slightly disturbed by it.
Just a little bit.
I remember when Pi arrived, this girl Baron, one of the managers, was like, hey, oh, look what we got today. It's the other movie that the guy did Requiem for a Dream. And we're all like, nope, not watching that. Like, nope.
Done with that shit.
And I eventually watched it, and I'm just sort of like, Jesus Christ, what the hell? Like, you know, like. And then he go and does what? Noah? He did Noah?
Yeah, his last movie was Noah, which was great. I loved it.
But it's nothing like those other two movies, you know.
I mean, there's still some fucked up shit in it, but it's not Black Swan. It's not Requiem. It's not. Did you ever see The Fountain?
No, I didn't see that. Wait, which one was The Fountain?
It was Hugh Jackman and Rachel Weisz.
Nope, didn't see that one.
That was good. And it's kind of like a Cloud Atlas type thing where it takes place over different spans of time.
That movie sucked.
It's really cool. Cloud Atlas? You didn't like it?
Yeah.
I thought it was all right.
It was so hard to follow.
Yeah, that's Wachowski's, so.
Yeah. It just, I brought it home, and I remember we put it on, and it was like, should we wait till tomorrow to watch this? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Till the next day. I don't know if I can get into this or not.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah, I tried. I really did. And
yeah.
I couldn't handle it,
Well, go back and watch The Fountain and watch Noah.
But I think I've reached a point, though,
where I don't really want to watch movies like that anymore.
Like mindfuck movies.
Yeah, I mean, when I was 18, I was all about it.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it on. That was a good movie too. But still, I was like, hey, I actually own that movie.
Oh my god.
We'll save that for another episode.
I guess so.
The Demons in Kelly's movie cabinet.
Like I said, I've seen shitty movies too, but come on.
Well, okay. Well, what I'm getting at is that you just think back when you're 18, 19, you want to watch movies like that.
Right.
Like, what would you say is like the most mind fuck movie that you've seen? You know, like think back to 14, 15 years ago. Like, you know,
14, 15 years ago. Okay, so
think about like
2000.
when Requiem for a Dream came out. You know, a lot of mind fuck movies came out around that time.
Yeah, because that was around the time like when Fight Club came out and let's see, X-Files came out. Of course, that wasn't really a mindfuck movie, but I just say that because I got to see a double feature.
City of Lost Children.
Yeah, City of Lost Children.
Oh, Delicatessen.
I don't know that.
Same guy.
Okay.
Same guy. He did Amelie too. He did.
Oh, okay.
I always forget his last name. So. He's like French.
Let's see. I don't know. I have to think about it.
Hell, Tusk can be thrown in the mind fuck category.
Yeah.
Or like, remember Bully? Do you remember that one?
That's a fucked up movie.
Or Gummo.
See, I never saw Gummo. I
yeah,
saw
me either.
Kids was enough for me with what's his name?
That's a mind fuck
Corman.
movie.
He's got like it's almost like a female type name. But he just did I still haven't seen Spring Breakers.
Oh, dude, Spring Breakers is cool.
Yeah. That's
hell,
the same.
Daniel Smith was hyping up that one.
Right.
Spring Breakers, man. But Spring Breakers isn't so much. It's more surreal. You know?
Okay.
Like, it's a real surreal type of experience where you question whether these events actually happen or they're just imagining these things.
Oh, I see.
It's a surreal type of movie,
like,
which makes it cool, you know.
Yeah.
Like Mary Frances liked it, you know, even because I think she thought what's his name was hilarious. You know.
Let's see. Yeah, Requiem came out in 2000. I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Memento came out in 2000.
Yeah.
That's a mindfuck.
Mindfuck movie.
But you know, with Nolan, you know, some of these directors, Snatch came out in 2000. I love that movie.
That was a good one.
But with some of the American Psycho, now that's a mindfuck because that's another one of those like, did this just take place in his head or is this, you know, how much of this was only in his brain?
Dude, that movie.
You know,
that movie. That's another one I watched again. Notice how I was always in a bad mood for a whole year. No, that's another one. I was just sort of like I kind of felt like that watching American Psycho.
Dance in the Dark came out in 2000.
Yeah, the movie's fucked up. Like
the movie's real fucked up.
But dude, American Psycho is just I don't know. It's like it's not a movie you should watch when you're in a bad mood because it puts you in a worse mood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't end well.
Well, American Psycho, it just ends so, I wouldn't say abruptly, but it ends so like on like a plateau. Like there's really not any sort of like super resolution here. You know, you're just it's kind of like it ends on an ellipses,
right?
Where you're just like, well, I'll watch that, but yeah, I don't know. But like with Memento, you know, some of these you know, directors are now like they've come in, they've made their fucked up movies, but now they're making like incredible movies.
Yeah.
You know, for 14 years going from Memento to Interstellar, you know.
I still need to see that.
Yes, you do. But anything in between, though, of course, Christopher Nolan, he's kind of his own guy. You know, we got a great Batman trilogy out of him.
He's become that guy where if he makes a movie, I need to go see it. Like
exactly, no matter what
whatever
it is.
It is, you know, like you know, David Fincher's the same way. If he makes a movie, I need to see it. I need to find a way to see it because.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Anything that David Fincher does, I'm gonna watch.
You know, it could completely suck, and I really wouldn't care. You know, because those guys, because you know, in my mind, I feel like they're incapable of making a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Which I need to. I never watched. The Gift came out in 2000. That was a good movie.
I don't think I ever saw that.
Sam Raimi, you never saw that?
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that.
You should watch that. There's a lot of good people. It's a weird movie. It's fucked up, but it's Sam Raimi. I mean, why not?
You know, working at Video Culture though, you had these young people coming in, wanting to see these like fucked up movies, and that's what we catered on. You know, we catered on that. You know, they come in asking to see Gummo or Bully or Kids. You know, they wanted to see these these sort of strange movies, and on some level, I guess it's just like, okay, that's cool and all, you know, but there are more. There's more to, you know.
Yeah, there's good movies out there that aren't this.
I think maybe that's why I kind of got tired of watching films like that, like Eraserhead. You know.
Yeah, like I think I'm getting a little too old. Well,
Blue Velvet.
I still love Blue Velvet.
Oh, it's a good movie. Yeah, but like you don't see me thinking, oh shit, when I leave here, I'm gonna go watch Blue
right.
Velvet.
There's definitely those movies where you're like, well, I watched it, I really don't need to see that again. Like Mulholland Drive. I don't need to watch that again. Don't need to watch it again.
Lost Highway.
Yeah, don't need to watch that again.
You don't see me ordering pizza and getting beer to sit down and watch Lost Highway.
Right, like let's have a fucking party and you guys just come watch this fucked up shit.
Here, let's hurry up and get the kids fed and get them to bed so I can watch Mulholland Drive.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see that. I mean, because it's just, I'm not like, I don't need, and I think that's why maybe like I've always, lately I've felt that you really need to fucking woo me because I have very limited time.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of time anymore. And, you know, I can't do these long weeks of just like I'm watching a movie. I can't do that right now. I can't. So like you really need to come at me with something good. That's why I don't have time to watch a shit movie right now.
Well, exactly, and that's why TV's like getting so much better because it's like I can watch like an hour of this and be fine, and I don't have 3 hours that I can devote to watching this movie. You know, unless it's Christopher Nolan or Fincher or you know, there are certain, like you said, there are certain directors that I will make time to watch.
Or you have those guys, they're making those types of movies right now because they know we have limited time, so it's like, well, I better make it good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm competing with Walking Dead. I need to... It's strange to think that Christopher Nolan is sitting there with his brother and they're trying to think of their next movie, and they're like, okay, well, it's got to be good because season 6 of Walking Dead opens that week. So
yeah, we've got to compete with that.
You know, so we need to figure out how we're gonna, you know, make this good. And then you got to think, oh, the video release is the same week as the season premiere of whatever Game of Thrones. So you know, we're competing in two different markets. And do we really want, you know? When our movies played on Netflix, we need to be able to grab their attention on Netflix. So the movie's got to be good, you know?
Right?
And that is the truth. Like they are competing with that. You know, they are competing with the Breaking Bads and the Games of Thrones and all that, which is cool because I'm watching those.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just started watching Game of Thrones. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Do you watch that one?
Nope.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm
never seen Game of Thrones. Never seen Walking Dead.
Sad.
Yeah. I'm just really burnt out with zombies. Here in a couple years when nobody gives a shit about zombies anymore, I'll start watching Walking Dead.
I think what's interesting about Walking Dead is that it's moved away from, yes, it's a zombie Holocaust type thing, but it's becoming more about the group and their survival, you know. And I think that's why I think I'm enjoying it more now than I was at first. Because I liked it at first, but like I think I like it more now.
Okay.
Because it's not just about a bunch of people going around and trying to kill zombies and survive. It's about human,
like surviving in the little groups that they're in.
Yeah, human existence. You know, surviving against other humans.
Okay.
Like, you know, it really poses a question: how far would you go to survive?
Right.
We all know you're going to kill the walkers. But you kill another human being. Yeah. You know, like there's like they start to pose that question, and that's why like last season I'm like, people are like, oh, it was boring. I'm like, you fucking it wasn't boring at all, you know. And I tell people you're watching it completely wrong if you think it's boring. You know?
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is kind of the same way. It's really violent, but like I said, I'm not sure what's going on, so I might wait till the end. I might just kind of like what I did with Breaking Bad. I kind of waited until it was over with, and I marathoned it to the end, and lost sleep over it. And
well, I watched it till right at the last half of the 5th season. I watched the last half of the 5th season as it aired.
Yeah.
So, but before that, I just watched it. I waited to watch it all.
And
that's how I was with Lost. I waited.
Yeah.
I waited till like the very end to watch all of Lost.
And I know people recently that picked that up only because it's over.
Yeah.
And they were waiting for, and like, I never got around to watching it anyway, so I guess I'll watch it now.
Yeah.
And like, that's the cool thing is like when they do the on the Netflix, they do that Kevin Spacey show.
Mm-hmm. House of Cards.
Yeah, House of Cards. Fincher has a lot to do with David Fincher has a lot to do with it.
And I hear it's amazing.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But David Fincher said, with television now, Thursday night 7 o'clock doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-mm.
He said people don't plan their lives around TV.
No.
But people will sit and marathon a show all 15 episodes.
Yeah, in one sitting.
And he gave this like setting. He's like, you take the average working American who's, whether they're single, married, or whatever, wherever they're at, and they have the weekend off, they'll sit and watch the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he put that scenario out, and I'm like, he's right. He's so right. So that's why they just do the show and just release the whole thing.
Yeah.
He said like that's the way to get people's attention, because they don't want to wait every week. I don't want to wait every week to watch Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I hate that I have to wait every week.
Yeah.
I mean, I did this season because I was just really wanting to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I just really wanted, but really the last 2 Walking Dead seasons, I waited until the season was over.
Yeah.
I mean,
just wait till you can watch it all at the same time.
That way I can just all the hype and everything. It's just
yeah.
But he is so right.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go into it knowing that like this is how we're gonna do it, it's like Fincher just approached it. I'm just making a movie that's 15 hours long.
Yeah.
That's all he's doing.
Mm-hmm. And that's fine.
I mean, that's why these guys that's why these Christopher Nolans and all these guys are still making 3-hour films. That's the only reason why they're still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Is because they can.
Yep.
I mean,
because people will watch it.
I hate going to a movie theater and watching an hour and a half movie because I'm thinking like, why did I go to a movie theater to watch an hour and a half movie? I mean, Tusk was different. We made a point to go see that movie.
Yeah.
And we, because there was probably no other way we were going to see it.
Yeah.
So we made a point to see. Josh is going to go to the bathroom right now. And he wants me to keep talking, but I don't think I can just keep on talking while he's not in the room because I really don't have anything important to say unless he's listening. Because I don't think any of the listeners really care to hear me say anything to myself because I'm really just talking to myself. When I talk to myself, I don't say anything important. Does that make sense? No, probably not. And I'm really thinking that maybe we should probably cut this off here really soon. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not surprised he had to go to the bathroom because he's been drinking lots of coffee here in the last few minutes. I think he downed like a whole pot of coffee. He just drank so much coffee. And I myself have to go to bed here real soon, so we'll see. Long, long way. Long. Okay,
Did
back.
you pause it or were you still?
Oh no, I was just talking.
Just
Yeah,
just
yeah, I
going.
was just talking.
Sorry.
I was telling everybody about how you just drank a whole pot of coffee.
Yeah, basically.
Now you have to probably gonna piss yourself here. pretty
Yeah.
soon. Anyway, long story short. They're all competing for our attention. My attention and your attention.
Mm-hmm. But now we're at the age where we can pick and choose what we want to see.
We're a lot smarter about it now.
Well, exactly. Like if this were like 15 years ago, like I can imagine being like a teenager with all the options that we've got now, like with Netflix and Roku's and all kinds of different stuff. It's like fuck.
Used to be you go to the movie video store and they didn't have what you wanted, but you were dead set on leaving with something.
Like you had to get something,
you
yeah.
know.
So you might as well find something.
Your whole night was dependent on what you came home with.
Mhm.
More power to you if you found what you wanted. You know, I do miss video stores. I really do. But
Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah, I miss walking down the aisles and looking at all the different movies and reading the backs and everything.
I miss all the hotties that used to come into the store.
I bet that was nice too.
Hey, baby. Hey.
What's up?
Seen this movie?
You seen Bring It On?
You know what I you know what I really miss about video culture is the porn room.
Yeah.
And is
But
that,
it was upstairs, right?
it changed yeah, it was upstairs then downstairs.
Okay. Because I went there once, and it was upstairs.
Yeah, it was upstairs for a long time. Well, what I really miss though is when this was always it always used to crack me up. Is you have like the boyfriend and the girlfriend, they come in, they're gonna rent a porno.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, and it's the funniest thing to watch because it was either one or the other thing. Either the girl's really into it, she's the one that wants to watch the porno,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the boyfriend who's just sort of like so uncomfortable and doesn't want to be in there, or you have the boyfriend who's it's his idea, and then you have the girlfriend who's like so uncomfortable and
Yeah,
doesn't
she's
want to be there.
really apprehensive.
But no matter which version of that couple you're dealing with, the boyfriend always makes the girlfriend rent the movie.
Yeah. Why? Why is that?
I've never understood that.
I don't get it.
And this is what was really funny, is this happened. This girl was there without a boyfriend. The boyfriend's at home. He sent her to get something.
Mm-hmm.
And she's trying to pick something out. Okay. And then me and this guy Josh were working together, and he and this other guy, this third guy was there that night, Travis, and she asked us for help.
Oh wow.
And we're just like, oh god, this is like such a good opportunity, but do you like make fun of her or whatever? So me and Travis help her pick out a movie. Okay, like what are you guys into? Well, I don't know. Well, do you like a little girl on girl? Do you like it's like we're just kind of like, and then so finally like we kind of convince her to get like this one. It's like a normal porno. Okay?
Just
like,
regular
okay.
pizza delivery porno.
She rents it, leaves. An hour later, she's back, and she said, "Well, he's not really into this. He doesn't like this."
Then why the fuck is he not here?
Oh, I'm getting to that. So we ask her that question. Why isn't he not here renting something that he wants? I don't know. I don't know why he's not here.
Okay.
We're like, well, what does he want? Like what is he into? And she can't really answer that question, you know.
Like she can or she doesn't want to?
I don't think she can.
Okay.
I don't think she can. I don't think she knows, you know.
Okay.
So she picks out a different video. She's back like 30 minutes later, and this is just sort of like, you've got to be kidding me. It's a fucking porno. Like,
right.
People fucking. Like, how is this difficult?
Yeah, what's the holdup here?
So Travis kind of just like looks at her, and he goes, look, if you were my girlfriend, I wouldn't need a porno. Do you understand me? And me and just dying laughing, just sort of like,
mm-hmm.
and she's like, yeah, I think I do. So she leaves without anything.
Without anything, okay.
This time, well, guess who shows up like a few minutes later?
The boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably mad.
Yeah. And this is how I know. He goes, yeah, my girlfriend was just in here trying to rent a movie. Said she talked to you guys. And then like Travis is like, oh, is she the? He goes, was she the one that was gonna rent the dick movie or something like that? I mean, he said something real, movie. Just like real, just we're like, oh my god, this guy's gonna kick your ass, you know. He's like, yeah, where are those at? Where are those at? And you know, just like they're back there, dude. Like, you know, have at it.
Right behind that curtain.
He comes up to the counter with some filthy shit.
Like, really?
Filthy.
Like scat.
Yeah. Like he got like oh god, like I do remember one of them was like Butt Sluts Volume 3 or whatever. Like, and then the other ones were just sort of like I remember the cover just be like he got some
Right,
shit,
like
dude.
oh my god.
Like, and this is why I think maybe she didn't understand what he wanted, you know? Like, I mean, it was just one of those things like, dude, if you want to get off, do it yourself. Like,
Yeah.
Don't subject her to this, you know?
If she doesn't know what you're wanting, then that should be a sign there, you know?
And there used to be a married couple, and I remember their last name was like, maybe we can bleep this out, but like anyway, like it was they were Mexican, okay, and they were just totally nice, totally cool. They always paid their late fees and shit. I loved them. They were awesome, and they pretty much rented nothing but porn.
Okay.
And when she would come in to like return something, she'd always go and find something else. Even if he wasn't. And then I remember she brought one back like an hour later, and she was like, "Can I exchange this?" And I was like, yeah, sure. Is it broken? What's wrong with it? She goes, it's just not putting us in the mood.
It's not getting us there.
And then like she'll go like she went and pick something out and she goes, we're gonna try Girl on Girl. We've never watched one of these before. We're gonna try Girl on Girl. You know,
like you probably never watched one with him before, but he's probably watched them before.
Like
he's definitely watched those before.
Lot of these. And it was things like that made a separated video culture from like
Blockbuster and Hollywood.
It was just like you'd see somebody rent like Superman 2 and then cum guzzling
gutter sluts.
All holes filled with hard cock.
Come on, Eileen.
You're just sort of like, wow.
Like these two, huh?
Okay,
yeah, I mean, you got nothing to say to that.
Or they come in and get like the new release of the week, and then Come Guzzling Gutter Sluts Volume 3,
right?
Drew and I used to have like a couple of favorite titles, and one of them was Teriyaki Vomit Sluts Volume 1, and we were just sort of like, where's Volume 2?
Right. It's like we need more of this.
It was Asian vomit porn.
Yeah, those Asians are fucked up.
Asian vomit porn.
Yeah, Japanese porn is like some of the weirdest shit.
I love it how you use the word scat. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Does nobody use that anymore? They just say shit now. It's like I'm just gonna shit on you. I don't even use the terms anymore.
German Scheiser porn. But like that's what separated that. Like that whole world. Just and when I say that, like, we didn't have like old like scraggly looking dudes renting porn. We had like young college kids renting porn.
Well, yeah, you're right in the middle of a college town, yeah. Right next to fucking.
There was an MTSU football player. He was gay. I mean, he come in and rent gay porn, and act real nervous about it. Just like, and then felt the need to justify.
Right, like, oh, this is for my gay buddies that I don't have sex with.
Felt the need to justify to me why he was renting it. He goes, I just like to watch. I don't know, And I said, dude, it doesn't matter to me what you're into.
Yeah.
Whatever gets you off, gets you off. And he goes, oh, like he felt comfortable from that point on.
Right. There you go.
And a couple of other guys that worked there with me were like, they said like, yeah, he would come in and see that you're not there.
And leave?
Really? Like, he wouldn't rent something unless you were there. Like, And then it was kind of sort of got some of the other dudes to sort of make him feel more comfortable, and they kind of did a little bit, And Travis said that he told him that like, asking about the privacy policy of the video store, and he's like, well, yeah, like I'm not gonna tell anybody we watch. And he goes, well, I'm on the MTSU football team. And he goes, oh, okay. And he goes, I just don't want anyone to know that I'm gay. And then like Travis is like, yeah, that would suck. Like, and he's like, are you a good football player? Like, like. But it was just kind of one of those things where it's like, God, I think this guy's life has a harder struggle, like,
right,
because he's on a football team and he's probably actually good,
mm-hmm.
Something he likes dick,
yeah,
and probably has to act like he likes pussy in front of all these dudes,
right.
And so, like I said, that's the kind of shit that I really miss about the store. I think it touched me. It touched me. It touched me. It put me in touch with like a whole other side of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
The porn watching side of humanity,
right?
It really did. But may that place rest in peace.
Yeah, poor video culture. Yeah, no more.
Shelly's doing good now though, so she doesn't like it's not like she's on her ass doing nothing. She's makes commercials or something. I don't know.
Well, just the whole video store in general, like that, doesn't exist anymore.
No, it doesn't. No,
there's very few. There's like a family video, like on Northfield, right?
It's right down
Is
the
it
street.
still open?
I've never been there.
I haven't either. I don't have
it
a
looks
reason to go
booming
there,
though
but
on the weekends. I mean, it looks
because it's probably the only one in Murfreesboro that's open.
Yeah, one of these days I plan on going down there and checking it out.
Yeah,
because we are getting to this point where we're kind of getting annoyed with Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Annoyed in the sense of just the selection is what it is on the instant, and we don't do the delivery ones anymore. It costs a lot of money now. Like to have the full membership where you get the download and the delivery, it's like $20.
Oh wow!
And to me, that's a lot of money right now. Like,
mm-hmm.
That's just a lot of money, considering I may get 3 a week.
Yeah.
With watching them and then sending them back, I may. There was a one time where I was cycling through them pretty fast,
mm-hmm.
but like I may do 3 a week on it, so that's why I canceled it.
Yeah.
It's just, and then we do have these moments where it's like we really want to watch something, but it's not on the instant Netflix, and
right.
It's sort of like, maybe we can try to watch it online somewhere, get it online, and if Google Play has it or whatever, it's it's usually like $2 to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But there is this whole something to be said of like maybe go down to the video store and see if they have it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times these days, this is why I have more DVDs lately, is because I go down to Hastings and find it used for like $2.
Yep.
That's why I have like a whole box of them, not a whole box, but like I have this box that I just got to start sticking them in now because I've actually bought quite a few DVDs from there lately. Because there's stuff I was in the mood to watch.
Yeah.
And I was like, go see if they have it used. And it's like $3.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
And you can get like buy 3 get 1 free or get one for a penny or some
do that
shit.
A lot. Shit, that's how I scored all that Christmas stuff this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got that Rudolph DVD for like $5.
Nice.
And I'm gonna
like the whole like collection.
Like it was like the 50th
Frosty
anniversary.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I didn't buy one of that. I didn't buy that.
Oh, okay, just Rudolph.
Yeah, I got Rudolph and I got the Grinch. The original Grinch cartoon, I got that one used. That was like $3-4.
Nice.
I think I had to pay full. Well, I bought Home Alone last year, but I got like all 4 of the Home Alone movies on a big collection.
Mm-hmm.
That was like $10-12. I don't remember how much that was. But yeah, I bought a bunch of Christmas movies this year.
Nice.
And I'm gonna use those. I am gonna because we watch the hell out of them.
Yeah, because you'll watch them every year.
Yeah, I watched them with the kids. We watched the shit out of some of those.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I think we watched Charlie Brown Christmas every night for like 2 weeks. It's so easy. It's like 30 minutes. You just pop it in, then she's ready to go to bed.
Yep.
And the weird thing is when she was started like quoting it, that was like,
I'm like, good grief.
Well, yeah, that and this was okay. My mother-in-law gave me clothes for Christmas because I asked for clothes. I needed clothes for work. This is something I need. It's something I don't want to spend money on. It's something I don't have money to spend on. So she asked me what I want. I said, I want clothes. So she gave me some clothes for Christmas for work. Some nice clothes for work. So I remember on Christmas I opened it up. I was like, yay, clothes, woohoo, yay, they're real nice. And then just a little bit later, Charlie goes, all Daddy got was some stupid clothes. And I'm just sort of like, Mary Frances was like, is she quoting Charlie Brown? I was like, yep, she is. Because Lucy says that.
Mm-hmm.
all I ever get for Christmas is some toys or stupid clothes. I'm like, God damn.
Yep.
That child amazes me sometimes. But like, you know, with the whole Christmas thing and like this was the first year she was able to watch a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like really really enjoy it too.
Mhm.
So I'll be reusing these year after year.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, and so I can just some of these other DVDs I've purchased. I'll just they're just in that box until I decide to throw them away.
Right.
Like, I just dumped a bunch of VHS last week.
Mm-hmm.
The last of my VHS went into the trash.
Yep.
And then the question was posed, why were you hanging on to it in the first place? I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
Sometimes it's better to do things
In pieces.
rather
Yeah.
than just all the time, you know. And actually, no, I did keep a few of them only because I'm going to give them to somebody. So like, that's the only reason why I still have them.
Right.
But, you know, that's why I think it's why like I don't buy movies anymore.
There's no need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
But I did think it was funny. I bought that Clerks thing for like $10, and it was like $80 when it came out.
What Clerks thing?
That like 10th anniversary thing.
I still haven't seen that.
Oh, I have it. You can borrow it.
I'll have to come over and watch it.
Well, I think we might need to wrap this up.
Yeah? What are we sitting at?
An hour and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I need to wrap this up. And because I got to go to bed.
Yeah, well, that sounds good.
Yeah. Well, this has been a wonderful cast.
Mm-hmm. Number 2.
Number 2 for all our listeners out there. We're still in the practice phase.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. So, yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
All right.
You know, what they say, right? Who is they?
Who is they?
Who is they? Who is they? So ask yourself that question this week, campers. Who is they? Okay, we're done. Bye-bye.